What's happening, Toku Nation, and welcome to a brand new video on the Power Astro channel. And today we're gonna be talking about Machine Sentai Kiramager. Now, this Sentai is a very special Sentai because one, it's the first Sentai I've finished while it aired, and two, it's the latest Sentai that I have finished in a while actually. And some people may know this, some people may not, but I am not really big. I'm not that big on Sentai. I'm more of a writer person, and since I grew up with Power Rangers, I kind of gravitate towards Power Rangers more than Super Sentai, and it's whatever. And the thing about Kiramager that is so special for me personally is because I really stood on with the show when I started watching, and because I didn't start watching until earlier, I only saw pictures and other people talking about it, and that I was like, what is Kiramager? It looks cool, but I haven't watched it. I've never seen it before. Well, I mean, I have, but I haven't actually watched it. And then 10 episodes in, everybody's talking about it, and I'm still confused. And then a writing challenge came up where I got to use some of the characters from Kiramager in my story. And so I was like, okay, I need to watch the show. I gotta watch the show in order to get a feel for these characters. Luckily, there were only 10 episodes that were released, and I liked it a lot. I love it. It's great. And as I kept watching and watching, fell off a little bit, but then got back on watching as soon as we heard that it was gonna be cut off at episode 45 instead of 48 or something. I was like, oh man, I should really catch up. I was thinking watching everything after the season ended, but I'm glad I didn't do that because I got to watch things unfold in front of me sort of in real time because subbing and stuff. So what do I before I get into the stuff I like, I'm going to talk about the things I kind of dislike. And honestly, I don't really have a lot other than the grand those weird teardrop stones, kind of just being sort of a pointless plot point, because it wasn't that when Mabashina had to get this. Everybody had to get the stones to cure Mabashina of her curse, but then we didn't use them for that, so they just hung out for some reason, and honestly, we didn't really need those. I feel like those were just more set up for the end game, and I feel like if we had set up that for the end game instead of this different plot point, then it would have been better. We could have just focused on trying to find the Kiramager stone that cured Mabashima in the just regular show, and regular stuff. We didn't really need those teardrop stones in the beginning, and at that point it was a good, interesting way to introduce Takemichi's character, which I'll get into later. And yeah, it's whatever. It's we have them. We probably gonna need them to stop the big bad, so we're gonna use them. I feel like they should have just done that a little better. And yeah, I mean, that's the only really big thing that I dislike, sort of. I wasn't the one that brought this up. Thomas Ujubi actually brought this up before, and I watched this video, and then I thought about it. I was like, huh, that's actually a very good point. It's and then I realized that part's kind of stupid. But on to the things I liked, which is basically everything else. I love the characters. The chemistry between everybody is just so well felt. I love everybody's individual personalities, and I love everybody's like collectively everybody's like relationships between each other and everything is great. It's great. And I really, really, really do love Juru's character and how he's like this kind of like artist guy, and he's not like super loud and obnoxious or anything, kind of like other Reds that I've seen bits of. Looking at you, Lucky. Sorry. So, yeah, it's a very good change of pace from what I've been seeing personally from Reds in this genre in Sentai, even though I haven't really finished any of those seasons. It's nice to see this. And he's just a cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll. You don't dislike the cinnamon roll. He's like, I will protect him I will protect him. It doesn't matter. And then everybody else is really good too. Tamatomo is fairly serious and more strategic. I feel like he kind of played more of a sort of a leader role in a way, because like he's the one who's kind of like making up all the plans and stuff. And then we get into Shigeru's character, who's like seemingly serious. He's like the sort of cold, not like cold, like I don't like you cold. It's like cold is like a stern cold kind of way, versus like he's just serious. He acts seriously, but he's actually pretty funny. He's actually pretty funny in the show, actually, and especially when he was just like in that one in episode 5 where he was like, I don't know, I may have got that episode wrong, but there was the episode where he had the thing on his head and it was squeezing his head, and he was like trying to act like it didn't bother him, but when he was alone, he's like, ah, my head, it's so much pain. And then as soon as someone comes in, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Pain? What's that? I've never heard of it. And then there's Senna, who is adorable, and she has one of the best episodes where she was split into 5 personalities, and everybody thought the first 4 were great, were just gonna be great by themselves, and then the 5th one, who like represents her anxieties and stuff, was like gonna leave, but then they convinced that Senna to come back to the other 4 and everybody, and it all like it was a great episode to kind of develop like flesh out a bit more of her, because she does tend to be more adventurous, outgoing, and just like full speed ahead. But seeing that, it was just like, it was very eye-opening for her character. And it was also a good episode for Seo, because she is the more mature one. She has her funny moments, especially when she formed a band with the Kiramagers, and in the beginning everybody was like not really feeling it or whatever, and she's just awesome as well. She keeps everybody in line a little bit, since Juru's not really much of the leader who's like, do this, do this, do this, and Tamatomo is kind of not that either. He's more like, okay, we have to do this in order to get this done. Well, Juru's like, Kiramager King, and he's like, got a brand new idea for a mech or something. And then Seo's like keeping everybody in line, keeping like things serious, and like keeping things seriously. Though the episode where she mentally turned into a 5-year-old was kind of out of place for me. But then we get into Takamichi and his brother. Sorry, I can't remember his name right now. I'm gonna feel so bad. So these 2 guys are just amazing. Also, Takamichi is like this. He has this older brother edge when it comes to Amajina and his brother. Man, I hate when I don't remember characters' names. So, yeah, everybody's great on the hero side. Everybody's great on the villain side. Garza is just like, it's like, he's so intimidating. He's so threatening. He's so like seemingly one-minded and evil. But then later on, spoilers, but he like shows that he wasn't always like that. He didn't always resent his brother, and it was because dark magic kind of messed with his brain, and then like bam, he hates his brother, and now he's doing all this just to spite him. And then there's Udana, who is our human character, who like has this like, she does have this like this like energy where it's just like she's creepy. She's creepy, not really scary, but creepy and like kind of freaky, and like that. Oh man, it's like I don't want to mess with her in a way. Versus, oh gosh, we gotta get away from her, or she's gonna kill us kind of way. Still like her character. She's very interesting at how she was kind of the alter ego of Emperor Yodan, and how she basically was like kind of like trying to understand humans and stuff, right? And then Crunchinella, I think that's how you say his name. So he is the creator of the monsters. His like the ideas are just wacky in this show, and it's just so interesting how it also seemed like he was doing all of this for evil purposes too. But honestly, it's only because this is the way that he expresses his creativity, kind of like Juru does through his drawing. Crunchinella does it through making monsters that destroy cities. Well, not always. Not always. Just most of the time. So, yeah, it was good to see that Garza and Udana had this sort of fleshed outness during the later half of Kiramager. And it's like, it adds on to their character too. So, yeah, watch until the end. You'll get that. You'll get that. So, then we get into Big Bad himself, Emperor Yoda, which we honestly don't get a lot of, but I don't really mind because we have all these other great villains. Then he comes in, and then it's like, oh god, we need to stop him now. This dude's gonna murder all of us. And then it's like he has this so creepy design, and that is like him like it's like an octopus mixed with a snake, which is like a bigger snake, like a really big snake. It's insane. He has an insane design, and the masks are really cool too, because like they represent the other two sides of his personality. Yodana being one side, and that general dude who was the sniper that Tomotomo defeated in that one episode is the other side. Honestly, kind of wish we got to see more of him, but that's whatever. So, yeah, then the ending of it was pretty well done. Even though it wasn't like a big grand fight in the end where everybody's on the ground or whatever. Excuse me. So, and it's just such a good scene where Mamashima and the Kirame Stones are like highlighting the different qualities of the Kiramagers, and it was just it was a very sweet moment, and I liked it a lot. So I didn't mind that we didn't get like this big grand battle between Emperor Yodan and the Kiramagers. So ending happens, everything's great, everybody's going to their separate lives, and now we're gonna get ready for Ryu Soldier versus Kiramager, and I have a feeling I'm gonna like that movie. So, that all being said, thank you all for watching this video, and if you haven't already, be sure to like and comment down what was your favorite episode of Kiramager. My favorite episode was episode 19, where Kirame Stones and the Kiramagers switched bodies, and that was fun. And tell me, what was your favorite Kiramaking? I love all of them. It doesn't matter who said it. They're all great. And also subscribe. Gotta get to 100. It's like we're trying to get to 100. Think we could do it? definitely think we can do it. So I need your help. We're almost at 30, so that's saying something. So that's all for today, and I'll see you all next time.